Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be unboxing Shadow of the Storm. This is a Valley expansion to Earthborne Rangers. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I am all ready to unbox my copy of Shadow of the Storm, a Valley expansion to Earthborne Rangers. But before I do that, I want to stop and thank all of my coffee contributors. So first up, we have Table for One's reserved seating. This category is for folks who are contributing to the channel on a monthly basis. So for me, that's predictable and reliable, and is essential for what I do. So thank you very much. And then we also have the head of the table. These are the top 10 contributors over the last 90 days. So just a little friendly competition. So thank you to the 10 of you as well. And of course, all the other folks who have contributed to the coffee page too. So if you'd like to contribute to Table for One, be sure to go to my coffee page, ko-fi, link in the description. Looking forward to seeing you there. Let's jump into it now though. So this video is coming out in late March of 2026, and this expansion just released last week. So I ordered it right away, got it in pretty quickly, and I'm excited to open up the box. And just from the outside, I really like the artwork. This is a really cool picture. I think that's Atrox Mountain there. But it's just, I really like the way all this looks. This color palette is a little bit different than a lot of what we've seen in Earthborne Rangers so far, and I really like it. I don't know what this building is, but it's super cool. I like the way this animal looks. Just cool stuff going on here. So I like that a lot. Let's take a look at the back of the box too. So there's a little blurb there that you can check out if that's something you want to do, but we can see the contents here. There's 60 cards, 2 card dividers, a campaign guide, and an expanded Valley map. And so this is the second Valley expansion in Earthborne Rangers. The first was Spire in Bloom, and we know there's going to be 2 more of these Valley expansions this year. And when they released that first one, they also released Moments in the Valley, which were like moments on the path, and they're Valley cards that you can shuffle into the path deck. And so that expansion had cards for Shadow of the Storm, as well as the next 2 Valley expansions that are coming. So I've already got that, but let's get this thing open. I like to just cut the sticker like this and fold it over. As you can see, it says, carefully remove sticker to avoid damaging box. So I'm just going to do it this way to not damage the box at all. So we'll flip this over, get it open, and truthfully, I have not hardly touched Spire and Bloom at all since that came out, but at least now I can reveal that it's because I was working on the Voidfall expansion, the last Novark. I don't have as much time to play Earthborne Rangers as I would like, and that is what has been keeping me so very busy. But I'm confident that I'm really going to enjoy this once I get into it. Just based off how much I like Earthborne Rangers already. So we've got a few things here. We've got, this is the campaign guide, and then the Valley map. We've got our cards here and our card dividers. Again, same as the Spire and Bloom size box. There's not a lot of stuff in here for the size of the box, but it's about as small as it can be based off the size of these booklets. So set these aside for a moment. Let's take a look at this. So we've got a little tracker here on the back for days 31 through 45. And if I understand correctly, if you want to fold this into your game, it is recommended that you put it pretty late in the Lure of the Valley campaign. It was day like 23 or 24 that this starts triggering. So that tells me that it's going to be fairly difficult. There's going to be some high level stuff in here. You probably don't want to try and complete it in full early in the campaign, although you can still visit these places. And again, I just want to mention that if you get this expansion before you've played any Lure of the Valley, you can just fold it in from the beginning. If you've already played Lure of the Valley, then you can just go back and play just this part, and that's fine too. Or, maybe if you're just roaming around and exploring, you can go do this. Or if you're like halfway through, you can just add this in as you go if you want to do that. So I know it's very friendly with compatibility from that perspective. So we've got a little bit of lore here. I love this. This artwork is really nice. Getting started. And then jumps into the missions. We've got a few pages here, quite a few pages. This is longer than I expected. 31 pages plus a tracker on the back. So that's quite a bit. That's sizable. I like it. All right, so set that aside. Now we'll take a look at the maps. This comes with a new map. And if I remember, yeah, on the back, it's a big poster for Shadow of the Storm. That's pretty cool. On the front, so we've got our valley map, but then this includes the pop-out for Spire and Bloom here, if you're playing with that expansion. But it also has this up here, the other woods, and this area here. This is all the new stuff from Shadow of the Storm. So now you can go from the northern outpost up here to Terra Lodge, or you can go from Aatrox Mountain through this pass to Crystal Basin. There's a couple other new places up here, the other woods, and Sentinel Peak. And then this pop out here is sort of a mystery. There's Nimbus Facility, Arbor Mists, and the Undergrove. And it doesn't say specifically how you access this. I assume it's through here somewhere. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there are other places on the map that are kind of analogous to that, where we've seen that mechanic before. But that's really cool. So we got to discover how to get there. And it looks like there's a new path type that is Nimbus path type. So there's a new path type here. It's just in there. These are existing path types in all this part here. So anyway, as you're exploring the valley, you can go up here and check these places out. That looks pretty neat. Yeah, I don't know that I have much else to say. I do think when Earthborne Rangers will be done, but whenever it is, I'll probably get a big fold out map then with that encompasses all the new stuff, because you can still see, I think the next Valley expansion is going to be this area here. There's these little bars, and then a couple little bars here. I think the fourth one will be over here. So you can see these very small here, and these little bars, they say SOS for Shadow of the Storm. So that's what's going on there. Okay, anyway, that's the map. I think we get it. Let's fold it up, set it aside. And now we've got our cards and card dividers. So here's the cards and the dividers. The dividers here, we've just got rewards and the new path cards for the Nimbus path type. So nothing too wild going on there. I'll just set those aside. And now let's take a look at these cards. Again, I believe there are 60 of them. Just rip it, it's fine. Paper band seemed to do its job. So we've got some locations here. We've got several locations. Just go through them real quickly. If you want to see them in more detail, you can always pause, but I'm going to go kind of quick. So we've got Terra Lodge. We have, this way, the Other Wood. We have Crystal Basin, Sentinel Peak, Arbor Mists, the Undergrove, and Nimbus Facility. So I gather that there's some sort of wintry storm going on here. I think there's a lot of fog and mist and talk about that, but also it seems cold and snowy, and I think it's a little bit unusual. And so I think that's some of thematically what we're doing up in that northern part of the valley in Shadow of the Storm, is exploring this winter storm and what's going on. So we've also got a new weather card here on the front. It is Pristine Snow, and I'll flip it over. I won't tell you what's on the other side, though. You can close your eyes if you don't want to see. This is the back side, and now I'll get rid of that. And then we've got some mission cards. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're double-sided, of course, so 12 new missions. That's really cool. And now, again, this might be mild spoilers, but I'm going to go through the next path deck, so I won't say what anything is. If you don't want to know, then just close your eyes. But otherwise, let's go through these cards. They look cool. The artwork is just excellent across this game, but I really like this color palette in this set. All right, that was the new path deck. And next up, I'll show you some cards for some pivotal locations. So I'm just going to breeze through these kind of quick. But this stuff looks cool. Some of this stuff, I can use my imagination based off of playing Earthborne Rangers just in the north part of the map. I can see where things tie in. And then I've also got here 2 cards for the Valley and 3 for the general deck. So let's look at those. So that's for the Valley and then the general deck. Really cool looking stuff. And then finally, I'll show you the rewards that come with this. And I will say it looks like there are 4 copies of each reward. So you know that that's the case if you're the type of person who has a Ranger doubler, for example. So there's 4 copies of each reward. That's nice. There's this one. Man, that looks cool. And this one. Of course, 4 copies of that. And that's it. So I'm just going to fold all this stuff into the rest of my Earthborne Rangers stuff. But for the time being, I'll put the cards back in the box, the dividers on top, and then we've got the map and the campaign booklet. And that's it. That is Shadow of the Storm, the second Valley expansion for Earthborne Rangers. So I'm very excited to play it. It may be a little bit before I get to it. I would certainly like to get it on the channel. I think that day will come, but I don't think it'll be necessarily soon. But that's what's in the box. So I'd love to know what you think about it. If you've played it, if anybody else has played it out there, let me know how it goes. But man, this Earthborne Rangers is just so good. The writing is so good. The artwork is awesome. I'm really looking forward to focusing on this at some point, just really diving in. But I think that's all I've got for this time. Keep it short and sweet. Don't forget, I've got an Earthborne Rangers playlist that goes through a bunch of the different rules in depth if you're learning how to play. And I'm sure this won't be my last Earthborne Rangers video, so be sure to subscribe, leave a like. I think you can super like it, you can hype it, there's all sorts of stuff. Do it all. And one more random plug for my Board Game Geek micro badge that's out there now. If you go to the Board Game Geek, you can search for a Table for One fan in the micro badges and grab one of those. Let everybody else know that you're a fan of the channel. But that's what I've got for you this time on Table for One. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome week. I'll see you in the next video.